Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm sorry, it's been 2 weeks. We gotta kind of rush down and do videos now that it's December. But yeah, this is our R1 Rally 1 2023 season review. Gonna go into discussion on every race, start to finish. And of course, we're gonna start off with the first one. So yeah, let's get into Vancouver now. Season starting. Great atmosphere. Came out of the blocks with the first race. And I honestly think it was pretty decent for the first race. How do you feel about it? I feel it was a pretty decent race. Of course, we immediately saw David and Mario fighting it out under the lights. Yeah, that was crazy as well. Under the lights, they were fighting it out the whole night. And yeah, seeing that we're part of the channel, it was also most important that when the highlights video was released, it was great. It still has more. It was still like the one of the most watched videos on this channel. Even more than the rally stuff. It's been more watched than everything. Yeah, that was very good. And then we move on to table now. The track that's not on the calendar anymore. Yeah, it's crazy. The only track that's not on the calendar because the racing was just so bad. We still had to fight for the lead. And I think I can't even remember anything from this Grand Prix, honestly. Like, I just didn't like the track. They could have fixed it, but nope. They decided not on the calendar anymore. And does it matter? Not really. Round 3, Elvister. We're gonna have some good memories from this one. We're gonna have some great ones from this one. Is this the one that the thing happened? Can't remember. Let me check. Wow. Okay, we're on the channel. I guess we could turn this into like a little like channel recap for the year, I guess. Let's go back to was it this race that it happened? It's lagging so much we can't really go back too much. No, it was Elvister, wasn't it? Yeah, we did get the race right. Definitely probably one of the biggest reason was yeah. If I were him, I would have acted the same way. Yeah, definitely. Because when you think about it, I think if he didn't spin out, that he 95% would have gone on to won the race. Yeah, I do believe myself. Like, he would have been a race winner. That would have been another race winner this season. If we've been on Elvis for too long. Hockenheim. Germany. Mario winning. This was kind of one of the tracks that Mario kind of dominated. We had some fun racing around Hockenheim. It was a bit weird, you know. The track layout's one of the weird ones. Definitely. Now this one, the Swedish Grand Prix. Honestly, like, I do not remember too much from this Grand Prix. I do remember something. I think this is the Grand Prix where Frank and Kyla made contact. And like, was it Frank and Kyla, or was it Jade or something? One of the women and Frank made contact. I think it was Kyla. Yeah, made contact with Frank and got spun into the wall. That was pretty dramatic. Like, that was just crazy. Oh, I think I do remember. That's the only thing I remember from that race. Not saying it was a bad race. Just like, that's one of those races of the season that you just don't remember. Anyways, let's go on. Albon. Monaco of the season, of course. What do we remember from here? Oh yeah, this one is pretty decent, honestly. We had a lot more DNFs than I thought. Most of them were from engine failure. I think it was another one of those tracks in Manton had bad luck. Retired, had an engine failure. I think Mark K also had an engine failure. Yeah, that ending like sector to Albon it can cause a lot of crashes if you try to duck one down the inside by those hairpins. Anyways, 7. USA, the sprint. Glory from on, basically sums it up. The first sprint race that we had, the first real sprint race, was it? No, we had one in Sweden, but this one. Ford was looking pretty good. Mon qualified on a surprise pole. I think Manton was like P3 or something. I think Mario was down the order in this one. I think Mario was down the order in this one or something. And yeah, Mon went on to win the sprint. And then he won the main race. And that was glory for him. And that was crazy. For Ford to get their first win, I believe. Yeah. And to make it that it wasn't the same two guys winning all the time. But yeah, now Elverson. This is another one I can't really remember too much that happened on. I knew David won this one for sure. And that's all I remember. Let's go on. Season break over now. We returned with Asa Arbu. Oh, this one was a good one. This one was a good one at night. Roger managing to win. Yeah, this one was crazy. This one was crazy. A lot of crashes. Of course, was it Logan or Shore? I think it was Logan who had a massive crash in qualifying and could not take part in the race. Yeah, that was this one. Yeah, that was crazy. That was like the first driver to crash out of qualifying and not be able to take part in the race. It was mental. And also, yeah, and Roger won this one. It was crazy. Roger getting a win. Not very much people thought he was gonna win this season, but he did. And then we go into Messeresh. Honestly, like this to France, like Messeresh, like also Arbu and Messeresh, they are so similar. Like there was a lot of drama. They're really similar when you think about it. And they're right after each other, so it's like you're basically seeing the same track. And Messeresh, David having glory at his home race. It's probably the best feeling for him to ever have. You know, winning his home race and everything. He kind of just dominated around there. Then we go to France. Start out the weekend with, rain, which we aren't used to here in R1. The first time it's had rain in an R1 weekend for a year. So that was interesting to have, but it was only for free practice. Hopefully next year we see some more rain. I don't know how we only saw rain once this season. Although, I'm kind of glad we got it once this season. I thought we weren't going to see rain at all, which would have been just crazy for a sport. And we go into Orchard Island. Don't really remember too much this track at all. All I remember is that it's a track with all the twists and stuff. And it hosted an R1 sprint. It was pretty good. Is this where Mario won again? Oh, Livingston. Oh, Livingston. This is probably one of the most memorable races of the season. Because all the chaos that it brought. It was like the most chaotic race you've ever had. And we had like red flags and everything to sum it up. Then we had another red flag and drivers just took, like, some people got taken out at turn 1. The track was redesigned as well. Wait, was this the one that was redesigned? Yeah, it was. This one was redesigned. We had Frank once, like this part of the season, Frank was on like a demonic run. Like he was taking out everybody. He was included in like half the crashes. He took out his own teammate actually. The Emeralds collided in this one. And then it had a safety car finish. I think the only one that we've ever had. Yeah, that one was Canberra, brand new race. Kind of like a lot of straight tracks. This is like the first street circuit that had primarily straights, but the straights were managed. It was twisty, of course, but the straights were long. They didn't have that much straights, but the straights were long, especially the main straight and stuff. And it was kind of cool to be, it felt a bit more open. But there were still walls to hit and everything. I think David won this one, I believe. Coming back from, he was down the order and it was an amazing comeback drive from him. Then we go on to Brazil. And a pretty underrated one that was actually very good. First time we went to Brazil. First time we really had a track with a lot of elevation change. And yeah, this weekend was all about Arsene Sarston. Because they had the first 1, 2, 3 on a podium. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, Arsene Sarston basically dominated the season as a team. Like, they had a 1, 2, 3. Like, they finished 1, 2, 3. That record, now that there could only be 2 drivers in a team, that record's gonna stay forever. Unless they somehow go back to, I don't know, three driver teams. So that record's never gonna be beaten. Then we go on to Saudi Arabia, which was another chaotic race. We had David Norris coming to blows with Mario for the first time. Yeah, coming to blows with Mario for the first time. I think it was a racing incident, in my opinion. It wasn't really any of their fault. And yeah, David was out, and that drew Mario back into the title. Hopes. If David had won that one, I think it was over for Mario. No, it wouldn't have been over. He just would have to work very hard. He just would have had to work extremely hard. And yeah, we had a lot of stuff this race. It was another track which is kind of like Canberra, long straights and stuff. And yeah, it was a pretty good track. Loved the last sector. And then we go on to the final race of the season, Maku Baku. Kinda has the same ending portion as Saudi Arabia. It kinda does. And of course here we had the whole championship fight thing. It was crazy. Definitely the best championship battle we've seen. And once again it was with the same 2 drivers that was last year, so it was a bit like redemption for David. And of course David came out on top. They were that last lap, man. That was absolutely sensational. Both of them. Like I think they went into the second last, the last sector, and we still didn't know who was gonna win the championship. It was crazy, wasn't it? Yeah, that was crazy. We had no idea who was really gonna win. It wasn't one of them were dominating or anything. They were closely each other the entire race, and we still had battles at the back and everything like that. It was just crazy. So, that's the end of our season review. What do you think of this season? I think it was pretty good. Definitely better than last season in terms of the title fight. And yeah, we can't wait to go into the next season with even greater things. We have more races. We got 20 this time. Not 17. We have 20. That's gonna be different to have 20 races. It's gonna be insane. And yeah, I can't wait to spend it with you guys for the whole season. Yeah. Of course, we're gonna be posting a bit more videos on this channel for the rest of the year. We might. Oh yeah, we have a video that we could post. This one should be pretty fun. I'm gonna give a hint. It's gonna be the best story, the biggest stories, and it's basically gonna be we're Because basically gonna be like a recap like this, but like everything that went on basically. That's basically what it's gonna be. Gonna be a recap like this, but everything that went on. So you can basically see how the championship unfolded, and also some other like inside stories dealing with like other teams and stuff. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that's like the only other video that we have to make for the season. And then like near the end of the year, there's just gonna be like stuff about next year coming through. Like we have the actually have another video coming out which should be pretty soon. I think this week as well. I mean the week coming, which is what is it? Is our thoughts on the 2024 calendar. And then yeah. And then we should have, and then, you know, after we're gonna make that video, it should be time for when things get announced for next year. Which is gonna be crazy and stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Goodbye.